A boy in a small Indian village, running barefoot on dusty roads at dawn. No fancy shoes, no stadium, no cheering crowd. Just the sound of his breath, the beat of his heart, and the endless horizon ahead of him. Everyone laughs at him. They say, "How can a poor village boy, without shoes, without training, without money, ever dream of becoming a runner?" But what if I told you this boy's story could change the way you look at your own struggles forever? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you may realize that the very things you see as your limitations could actually be the reason you rise. There was once a boy named Arjun from a tiny village in rural India. He lived in a small mud house with his parents, who worked in the fields from sunrise till sunset. They didn't have much, not electricity all the time, not enough money to buy him school shoes, let alone sports gear. But Arjun had a dream. He wanted to run, not just to run for play, but to run like the athletes he once saw on a small TV in the tea shop at the bus stand. Their speed, their discipline, their glory. It lit a fire in his chest. Every morning, while the village still slept, Arjun would wake up, tie a worn-out cloth around his feet, and run across the dusty roads, through fields, sometimes even barefoot when the cloth tore. And the villagers, they mocked him. "Look at this foolish boy," they said. "Running won't fill your stomach. Running won't buy your family food. Why waste time?" But Arjun didn't stop. Running barefoot was painful. Stones cut his feet. Heat from the summer ground burned his skin. And in the monsoon, the muddy tracks made him slip and fall. There were mornings when his legs hurt so badly that he couldn't stand. There were evenings when he returned home with bloodied toes, and his mother cried, begging him to give up. And yet, the next day, Arjun would get up and run again. Why? Because for him, running was more than a sport. It was hope. Every step he took was a rebellion against poverty. Every drop of sweat was a seed of faith. Every wound on his feet was proof that he was still moving forward. One year, the district announced an inter-school race. The winner would be trained at the state academy, a chance to be seen, a chance to grow, maybe even a chance to change his family's life. Arjun's school had no funds to give him shoes, no coach to train him, no diet plan, no professional track. All he had was himself. On race day, he stood at the starting line, surrounded by city kids with bright running shoes, proper kits, and trained bodies. For a moment, he felt small, very small. But then he remembered, "I've run through stones, through heat, through rain. I've run without shoes, without food, without anyone believing in me. If I can survive all that, I can survive this." The whistle blew. The race began. Arjun didn't sprint at first. He stayed steady, focused. He remembered the pain the mockery, the countless falls. And he told himself, this is just another run, nothing more. As the final lap came, something awakened in him. His legs moved faster than ever before. His heart roared louder than the crowd. He pushed and pushed until he crossed the finish line. First, that day, the barefoot boy from a forgotten village became a symbol of perseverance. What's the lesson here? It's simple, but powerful. We often think success comes from having the perfect resources, money, equipment, connections. But the truth, success is born from refusing to quit. Arjun didn't have shoes, but he had determination. He didn't have a coach, but he had consistency. He didn't have applause, but he had inner fire. And that's what carried him across the finish line. Psychologists often call this the grit factor. Grit isn't about talent. Grit isn't about luck. It's about passion and persistence over the long run. Research shows people who keep going even when they fail, even when they're laughed at, even when life gives them nothing but obstacles. They are the ones who achieve the extraordinary. Think of it this way. Comfort makes us soft. Struggles make us strong. And perseverance turns that strength into success. Arjun's story is not just about running. It's about life. Maybe you're a student struggling with exams. Maybe you're a worker fighting to provide for your family. Maybe you're chasing a dream that no one around you believes in. Remember this, you don't need the perfect conditions to begin. You just need the courage to keep moving, one step at a time. Your barefoot runs. The struggles you face, they are not your weaknesses. They are your training ground. They are the reason you'll win when it matters most. So, the next time life laughs at your dreams, the next time people tell you it's impossible, the next time you feel like giving up, remember the village runner. Remember Arjun, running barefoot through pain until one day the world had no choice but to notice. And then ask yourself, what's my excuse? Because maybe, just maybe, the very thing you think is holding you back is the very thing that will carry you forward. Don't stop. Don't give up. Run your race. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we bring you stories that may just shift your mind and change your life.